When you upload a short, it doesn't start with views, it starts with classification. And it's not judging your quality the way you think. It's trying to predict one thing: how people will react to it in the first second. Because YouTube doesn't begin by asking if your video is good. It begins by asking who is most likely to respond strongly to this right now. And if that prediction isn't clear enough, your video doesn't enter real distribution. It stays in a limited testing phase. So even good videos can get stuck here. Not because they're bad, but because YouTube can't confidently decide who to show them to next. So the first phase isn't about views, it's about early signal reaction. Every short is shown to a small group of viewers, but the algorithm isn't measuring watch time, it's measuring how instantly people react. Do they stop and watch, or do they scroll away immediately? At this stage, the system isn't trying to fully understand your video. It's just reading behavior, a first impression based on action. And what matters most isn't performance, but how fast and consistent that reaction is. If people hesitate or the response is mixed, the video doesn't move forward. So even a good short can fail. Not because it's bad, but because the reaction isn't clear enough to interpret. And this is where something that confuses most creators happens. You sometimes see low-quality videos getting more views than high-effort ones, and the reason is not randomness or luck. It's clarity of reaction. A simple or even low-quality video often triggers a very direct and immediate response. People instantly understand it, react instantly, and the feed quickly learns what audience to push it to. Meanwhile, a higher quality video can sometimes be more complex or slower to understand, which creates weaker early signals. And when early signals are weaker, distribution slows down, even if the content is objectively better. So it's not about quality, it's about how fast the system can interpret viewer behavior. If the video passes the first stage, it enters a system focused on scaling and stability. At this point, YouTube is no longer just testing reactions, it's trying to see how far the video can reliably go, so it gets pushed to different audiences step by step. But everything depends on consistency. If reactions stay stable, it keeps growing. If they start to vary, distribution slows down. And when it reaches broader audiences, it becomes even harder. Now it has to perform across completely different viewer types. If engagement weakens at scale, growth flattens. That's why some videos blow up early and then suddenly stop. Not because they failed, but because the reaction becomes too inconsistent to keep pushing. And once you understand this stage, you start realizing the real issue isn't what happens after the upload. It's how the video is built before it even enters the system. So once you understand the system, the real question is what you need to change. First, you need instant clarity. The video must make sense in the first second or you lose early signals immediately. Second, you need strong opening tension. A reason to stay, not an explanation. Third, sound effects every 3 to 5 seconds are essential because they constantly reset attention and prevent viewers from drifting. On top of that, use fast cuts every 1 to 2 seconds, plus zooms or visual changes to keep the video active. Static pacing kills retention even if the idea is strong. And finally, keep it simple. One idea, clearly delivered. Because when you combine clarity, tension, sound resets, and fast pacing, you stop losing viewers early and give YouTube strong signals to push your video. So when you put it all together, your shorts are not failing because they are bad and not because the content isn't good enough. They fail because YouTube relies on early reaction clarity, behavioral consistency, and once you understand that, you stop focusing only on making better videos and start focusing on how clearly and quickly your videos produce reactions the system can interpret, because that is what actually controls whether your short gets pushed or not. If this helped, subscribe, and comment below any questions about your channel or videos. I respond to all of them.